Hello farmers. I woke up early this morning. It's 5 o'clock, as you can see. And it's just about to hop into the tractor. Start another day on Gifts of the Caucasus. So, in looking at what happened overnight on this map, it looks like we're in the middle of a growth cycle right now. It's a matter of, see how that's halfway darker? So that's the in-town field. So let's just see if that's totally true. But in any event, I think, I don't know, that might change it. If that growth cycle gets that field harvested, it looks harvested, doesn't it? Let's do the shift I thing again. No, but now this field is totally solid color. Looks ready, doesn't it? Another shift I. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know. It's doing it awful slow if it's going across, so who knows? Grass cutting equipment ready because I know that is ready to be harvested. And like I said, harvesting those crops will probably be fine, but it ain't not gonna change the economy of the farm. And I could probably even use another tractor. We want to check out one thing. I parked one of my tractors down by the EGA. Whenever he's ready to go, we'll go and do a play course to unload the 95%. So, got everything coming together. We got crops in the field ready to harvest. We're getting ready to harvest. We've got this grass field getting ready to harvest. Like I said, I think I'm going to course play this because this will already be the second time I've cut this field, so I am not going to cut this field 20 times in my life, so course play may get me honest. That'll just allow me to do more other stuff. And when I feel like cutting grass, I can always cut grass. But between these, whatever grass fields, I'm going to course play. I find with this setup here, it's usually better just to do it yourself and have it be manually recorded. So we'll start right up here. GPS mod. This is as good a place as any, I think. Let's get the GPS back. And shrink this course to, it's 3.5. Check. There it is. Oops, there he is. Yep, 3.5. That's what you guys know I like to do. One smaller just for the sake of it. And this field's really not very square, so we'll start right here. GPS on. Start course recording. Turn on all of our equipment. Alright, and away we go. So I'll probably do a few headlands here. Oops. around the whole field probably about 3 times. And what I'll do is pause the course, go back, get the things dropped off. Should have probably done my run to the BGA first. That's what I can do. And I'll leave a little stuff in the corners of the field. Not going to worry too much about this one. It's just the best I can do. It's placed on help. So yeah, I'll probably keep going at this, but I'll cut the recording off. I can just focus. So the last thing you want to do is make a mistake here. Record something this long. Alright, well, let me cut the recording. I'm going to go and just keep cutting this field. Come back close to the end or something. Okay. Your time, I'll see you in a second. My time, I'll do an hour. Let's turn it first. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're back again. I course played that one course, or the one field. It's over by the shop, the grass field. And there is the fruits of my labor. So if I come in here and take a look, we got 131, almost 132,000 grass off of that. So, you know, just thinking about and talking about the fields here, it's really not as much grass as I want. This one yields even less. This is the field in town, not that. That's where the cattle and the sheep are. You can't cut this grass here. But you can see this one's already cut. And this one gives me a little bit less. So I think it's around 100,000. So that's only 230,000. So like I said, I definitely want to go for field 17. I tried to improve the sound a little bit. So hopefully it'll be a little bit louder over some of the louder equipment. Now, another thing to show you guys is that we have some silage. So this is, let's see, another 131,000. This is the result of the field over by the shop. So we'll have a little bit of money coming in. I just plan on selling all of this for now to the BGA. And in order to do that, we'll come over to the shop menu. And this is pretty much the least expensive loader, and it'll work fine for loading this. I don't have enough money, so back to the bank for a loan. So it's kind of never ending on this map. This and purchasing that grass field, I hope, will be one of my last financed purchases, at least significant ones. So let's go back, hit insert, and borrow. I'm going to need that bucket too. I forgot to look exactly, but 165 plus another 10. I don't think that bucket's more than 10,000. I have a modded wheel loader, but it's more expensive and doesn't do anything any better than this one does, at least not for this purpose. Yeah, 3,000 for the bucket, so we should be in good shape. All right, so I'm going to buy this. And I am going to buy this. And magically teleport to it. And hopefully we can pick the bucket up without jumping to New York State. Find if you get it a little bit closer to its natural position, it doesn't tend to jump as much. Let's get this guy down onto the BGA and see if we can't set up a course play course for this. I usually have a fair amount of success, and I've already set it up on my other map. This was one of the things that I had done before switching over to the map I'm recording on. So I know this should work out okay. And I say that, and of course it won't, but I've set up enough of these loaders. This is sort of one of my rules I play with, is that if I'm going to do the BGA, I'm going to load it this way, even if there is an option for like tipping it. Really the easiest way, if you're not good at setting up these courses, is to go get yourself a conveyor and a tipper that holds the silage. But again, on this map, that's not really an option anyhow, I don't think. I didn't notice any tipper place. So yeah, so we've got a lot of debt. I think we're probably at the million point. We're pretty close to it right now. And I'm not sure how he says his name, but in the first video, AppIp left a comment telling me my sound was no good, which I had kind of realized. Unfortunately, I'm a few videos ahead of that comment. But the other thing he said is that if we look in here and hold the mouse over the name, we should be able to see working hours day long. So does that mean beer factory day long? Canning factory 8 to 19. Okay, do you guys see that? State shut-in. Closed. That's the word we usually use, but hey. Working. Okay, wonderful. Great tip. Thank you. 5 to 18. Okay. Working. Great. So when it came to, it was the concrete factory, was our issue 8 to 17. And it's closed. Gotcha. Wonderful. Perfect. Okay. So here's how I set up one of these courses. And here, let me click and get this open. It really doesn't matter where you have it selected usually, but with this one, when you select this, you get this extra menu here. Now these positions are the positions that the course is going to assume you need. So, you know, it really doesn't matter where. It's like the position of the tractor arm. So I can put all these in, you know, anytime I want. Now, one of the reasons I like doing the loader, and you know, it's a little simpler. You don't quite have as many directions, but I usually come down here, put the bucket arm all the way down with this loader in particular. It's all the way down. And then tilt this until I hit the ground and lift the front wheel up a little bit. Well, see, I'll just move the tractor up a tiny bit and then back off again. So this way I know I'm pretty close to all the way down. I say, okay, that's going to be my position for unloading. Or for loading, sorry. Then I lift this thing all the way up, tilt the arm all the way back. Make sure that's all the way back. And then I say, this is going to be my transportation position. Now for figuring out where you want to be with this, depending on the loader that you're using, let's get into a little better position where I can see. One of the mistakes that people make when they set this up is this preload position. Especially on certain tractors, when you try to get close enough, you don't actually see how I'm still a little bit of ways. My front you know, it's sort of like nothing actually looks like it's hitting, but, you know, there's some collision there that's holding me away. And people can't tip, and this is one of the big things I see people fail on. But what you want to do, you know, is lower that arm down for this preload position and see how it brings that bucket a little bit more forward. You can even tip this forward, so it brings the load position of the bucket closer to the, you know, in case that position, you know, you can't get close enough with your tractor. So, you know, that's what your preload position should be, is, you know, the lowest, safest place where it's not going to hit. You know, you can see I got a little space in there. It doesn't seem to be hitting anything, so I think this will be a good position. And with this standard fill point, tip point, it's usually not too bad. So now I'm going to call that my pre-unloading position. And then really just the load position is, you know, something that will tip. You know, you don't have to go all the way down to the bottom or anything. So there's my unloading position. And just pull this guy up. So now when I go to record this course, I don't have to worry about getting those positions in place. So it should be fine, you know. And then even as I switch between silos, you don't have to change these positions each time, which is great because, you know, it's easy to forget how to record the course, and when you got to worry about the bucket position, you know, but just know that that's can be set completely independently of the rest of this. So I like to try to get a start position that's, you know, a few clicks away, so not clicks, but, you know, a little bit away from this, where I know I'll be able to make that turn and get to this start point. And then the other thing to say is you really don't have to worry too much about the time. Like, you know, it will drive at its own pace if you want. You can set the speed so he doesn't flip himself over. This tractor's pretty stable. If you use some of the other little tractors with the arm all the way up, it's more of an issue. But yeah, I'll start, and we just want to drive up to, you know, basically the beginning right here. A lot of times, oops, wrong button. What I'll do is go to, I can make sure I see this fill level, and then what you want to do is say P for weight point. So what this is really telling the tractor is you need to be at this position by the time, or you need to be at the loading position. So it comes over to these, it says, okay, get into the loading position by the time you hit this weight point. So now I'll come back here so we can set the next one. And if you drive through, what you're going to do is then, you know, tell it when the area ends. So we'll come down here. Hopefully we won't run into that on the tractor. Alright, so like this is, you know, obviously far enough. There's no more stuff by the time he gets to this point. So if he doesn't fill his bucket by the time he gets to here, then he's going to switch over to, and that the trigger of filling the bucket is what tells him that he needs to get into the transport position, position 2. Oops, I almost messed up. So let's see. Hopefully that didn't. See, now watch. See, it's a little forgiving. I forgot to hit the reverse button because I was talking. So hopefully that works out. It should. Now, one of the big things that I like to do that I see people messing up on is when you come out here and you start to turn, go long. You know, it's not the end of the world. Like, I'm just going to kind of come back, you know, extra, you know, more than you would. Go back into the forward driving. And that little bit of extra will, you know, sometimes they like jump points if you don't do that. And then you want to swing and come into this thing as straight as you can. So it really didn't hurt that I lined up those tracks. But I just want to try to come in as straight and nice as I can to get to this. And then you want to get, I usually like run into it and then just go like a little bit back and hit P. Now we're going to do our reverse thing again. So this is the weight point. You know, as he approaches it, he gets into the preloading position, and then he'll do his dump. So now we got it reversing, right? Now we got it reversing. And again, try to go as long as you reasonably can. It's not... I even like to see this next blob if I can. Next little... it's not going to do it for me. Alright, so hopefully he doesn't run into that fence and mess himself up. And then we just want to swing around so we get... You know, wherever he stops, he's going to go to the next point, you know, in a continual loop. So I just try to get this point. You don't want it overlapping, but there we go. So we're going to stop this course. Let's turn on view everything so you guys can see. So that looks pretty good. I'm not overly happy with him by that fence there. I think he might run into the fence. But let's just see what happens when we try to get him going. See if he successfully does this. As he approaches the waypoint, he comes down to position 1. Yep, nice. We're not hitting the ground or anything. Bucket fills. We waste some. I'm not sure how to fix that, but it's alright. In the long run, it doesn't make too much difference. So nice long turn. Make sure he gets out of the turn and he's going straight a little bit. First direction. And, you know, you see I didn't come in here perfectly straight. We'll see if I'm straight enough, you know. Looks pretty straight, you know, just looking at the lines. So coming straight in towards that tipper, or towards the tip point. Stop, dump, back to the drive position, transport position. And again, I'm a little worried about this. I hope he doesn't hit that fence before he figures out to go forward. Kind of went a little bit too far back. I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. And see how he cut that short, so to speak? So keep that in mind. Like if you don't go far enough back, he like cuts it short and he can mess himself up. All right, I would consider that a successful courseplay course. Oops, a little lag spike scared me. So there we go. All right, well, we're making some money with silage. Let's see what we did to our finances. Not quite $1 million yet, but the real estate office I know opens at 8 o'clock. So we'll go on course play in the other grass field. But he seems to be in business, and with the at-a-glance mod up there, I can keep an eye on what he's doing. If he, you know, while I'm doing other things, I can look up there and make sure he's doing what I want him to. So anyway, this should be all compacted. Yep, ready to blanket it. So we will blanket it. And, you know, get him before I might go put a bid in on this field right here, 17 ahead of us. And we'll make that a grass field. And hopefully that'll be plenty of silage each day to fill up a bin. I'm getting like 200, and I would just like to increase that because it's, I don't know, if you want to not do silage on this map, you're hardcore. You want a long map experience, and which I might do in you know, the map I've played myself, but I'm not sure that would make the greatest YouTube content. Just because it would, you know, just be a lot of harvesting fields and fast forwarding time. Like I said, it doesn't seem like I can make a boatload of money on the crops just yet. Not until the point I could purchase some factory. I think in light of the fact that it's the start, I think I'm leaning towards maybe buying like the grain mill as a first. Okay, so let me stop here for a second. I want to talk about something else. Check them out for myself. I haven't even looked. I assume they'll be in this category. I downloaded from Mod Hoster, and I saved the links. This is one of them that I just downloaded, I know. Yep, AgriLiner. So, not sure what that symbol is, but it might even be concrete. No, it's not concrete. But this tractor will handle 61,000, not tractor, tipper will handle that, but I can get the stone and the gravel in it. Now, is this one? No. So many 360, whatever. Numbers are so similar. So yeah, I know that's one I just downloaded. Okay, here we go. This 3060S, pretty sure. So if you look, this will be able to tip pretty much everything. I don't like when, I don't think, 100,000 liters is realistic. I really have never done the math on what a trailer could hold, but I kind of don't like that, that it's a little cheaty there to get 100,000, I think, in one swoop. If it was kilograms or pounds, I could understand, because gravel would weigh a lot more than wheat. But again, it's volume, so. Then the other one should probably be in here. Yes, Kenworth. So this Kenworth, if you notice, can also do the concrete. Now it's $120,000, but it's still a lot cheaper than this. I'm assuming the concrete doesn't harden up. I doubt the game mechanic is that accurate. But I don't know. To me, that's a fairly realistic dump truck price. This, I don't doubt that a mixer doesn't cost $235,000. So I'll have to debate using this. I was more thinking of it as something to use, for driving back and forth for sand and gravel. So, I'm not sure what the best way is to do this field, but I do know I will want to get my GPS turned on. Let's do that. And I'll probably do a few headlands again, and then probably start the course recording right here. Let's turn on some equipment. And much like the last time, I will, do most of this. Maybe I'll show you a little more of my recording. I want to do enough headlands that I can, go back and forth. And I'd say if I have any course play tips for anybody who wants to do this, be slow about it. Don't make drastic turns as much as you can. Try to keep your turns gentle, so to speak. Don't try to go right up to that sign. And if you need to, you come back later on with a do it manually if you need to be that exacting. And don't get overly upset if you miss some, especially not in these headlands. It's just, you can be pretty accurate, but this tractor setup, you're just not going to get it 100%. Nature of the beast kind of thing. It can be over a little more. You need to miss grass deliberately. This field's a little bit of a goofy shape. To be honest, getting those little bits where this thing swings out is almost not worth it. I would just kind of cut it off about here. Probably make a mess of this end of the field. The thing to do is start your turns a bit early. And just follow this one straight up. I missed that. So again, we'll leave a little bit of grass on there, but rather than having the guy running into trees, knows what other course play issues. He'll get enough grass. And it'll be consistent. It's not like you have to work for it. Yeah, expect to leave a little bit. You always come clean it up, man. So nothing drastic turns. I think I'll go around here 3 times. I imagine not to lose too much in this sweeping turn. He'll follow your course. He follows it between those dots. So if you do things too drastically, he can miss a dot. He gets lost. Looks like I may fill up, which is once I get to a fill-up point. So we lose a lot right there. There's a chance we'll pick some of it up when we make our turns at the end of the field. But again, you're gonna miss some. It's just not that overly accurate thing to do. Again, if we get vast majority of it, I'll be happy. So 3 headlands. Hopefully that'll be enough to make our turns up at the top. 72% right now. So we're not going to make another round before we have to get a tip. Spot. I don't have to run down too much crops. There is crop destruction built into this map. You can turn it off. Yeah, so this little corner is a bit of a mess, but it's 86%. I'll show you what we do when we get to point here. The worst thing about this 90, we're going to make it a good ways back around, huh? Alright, so that should, I think that'll be enough. I mean, the fact that we have the road up there to that percentage, you know, to be able to make our turns without too much aggravation. This one holds 21,300. So as we get up to over 200, stop it. And you want to hit this pause button. And I'll just go forward a little bit more to fill myself up fully. Turn everything off. And I will run to the BGA and dump some grass in that last silo. Now, speaking of silage, yep, see that guy's going down slowly. And also, obviously, watch your money if you don't have the at a glance mod. It should trickle up while he's unloading. So we had 130, and the last I looked, the silage was selling for 400. So let's take a quick gander. It's the only one that shows up here. All the way down the bottom. Yeah, so like I said, I think this is the only one. Yep, 480. So we should see, you know, 60,000 from that effort. You know, which doesn't even really pay for our loader. Then we'll have another 100,000, maybe even before he's done. And then tomorrow we'll have the same, not 100,000, which means like less than 50. So we'll get about 110,000 off, off what we have per day. But again, I'd like to increase that. About getting a grass field such as such as 17, but it's not a grass field yet. Yeah, so one thing I like about this map is that he put all this non-harvestable grass on there. It's, well, I guess it's probably not unheard of for a farmer to go around cutting the sides of the roads. I've never seen it. So this sort of cuts down on some of the cheatiness of doing the silage. Makes you work for it a bit, I guess you could say. I usually like to fill these up until they get, if you look, you can see once they touch the side walls. Just makes it a little even. I'm not filling this guy all the way up. We'll just put whatever's on this field. We'll have 2 empty silos. Probably should wait for this guy. So there he goes, happily trucking by. He only fills up 95%, but again, you can see, it really doesn't matter. He keeps that thing filled. And one of the things I always do is run back through, if I can. It makes any sense too, because we'll compact it for free, so to speak. Silos are nice and long. People like the short silos because they fit in places, but it makes compacting a bit harder when you got to go back and forth. Those you kind of have a long run back and forth. Makes it a little bit quicker. Alright, so back to the grass field. And the one thing I haven't done for these grass fields is make an unload course. And my biggest piece of advice there, in some fields it's just really hard to do, but start your course for the transport off the field. Start it at a point that you can see every orange dot. In every part of the course, because that way wherever he ends, he's gonna, if he's following whatever path, he's gonna go the most direct route from where he was working to the start of your course. So if you've got a bunch of trees in between, like if you got a C-shaped field, like a C-shaped field, you'd want to put your part in like the middle of the C, so that like if I put it right here, if he's behind that sign when he runs out of grass, he's going to run into that sign because he's going to go from A to B. But in this particular field, I'm not too worried about that, just because, I kind of already know that over here is where I run out of grass the first time, so I don't think he'll end up back in that corner. To be honest, babysitting these guys is all part of it. Too upset by having to go babysit them. You probably should limit your course playing. Alright, so what we want to do is come here, I'll get on this, I'll get my equipment fired up. And see that arrow, down the bottom. See how that just flipped? That means I'm past that point. When I go back a little bit, see it flips the other way, so you don't want to continue back here. You want to do it, after that arrow flips. So I'll go to right here. You don't have to be that accurate. Let's start. I should be able to drive forward. And there we go. So we're recording again. That should be seamless, and do that 3 or 4 more times and I'll be done this field. So you can hit that pause if you need to, also just to go take care of some other work on the farm. One of the things you want to watch out for is, the speed you're going when I'm going over things like this road. he may end up getting stuck on there, you know, like when they go to do the course play. You know, any little irregularity, they'll fail on at times. So just try to, you know, do things as cautiously as you can when it comes to this. All right, well, let me keep doing this field. Not much is going to change from what I just said. And I'll be back in a bit. Back once again, and we're done doing the town grass field. I don't have as much faith in this one as I did in the first one over by the shop. I have a feeling he's going to get hung up here or there. One of the things to say is make sure you save it, you know, because after all of that, so I'm going to call this grass field town. Come over to our things. I have, well, kind of did a little back. Grassfield town, Grassfield shop. Not sure why that pops open, but we can turn everything off. Well, let's keep this guy going. This one will pull out. So there you go. If you look, it's kind of a mess. What I'm most worried about is show you over here by the road. I came a little close to trees. It's course play records apparently from the tractor position. But then when it actually runs the course, it's like the front of the wagon or something, and then it sort of messes up. But this road has a lip right here. Some of these turns right here, I just have a feeling it's gonna cause a problem. So. In any event, so the last thing to do, and I deliberately didn't do a course to run to the BGA yet. I'll probably start in this neighborhood here as far as that goes, and then run over to the BGA. Once I get what I'll call a normal cycle of filling these things up, like I may just always put the grass from these two fields in silo, what I'm calling silo 1. You know, in a certain silo, and then, you know, the grass from, I'm hoping that all of the grass from 17 will fit in one silo. I don't think I'll get another grass field after that, but if I did, you know, so that way when you run the course, it just keeps filling the same silo up. We'll get this guy dropped off. Last time I looked, my fields hadn't grown, so still not ready to harvest. I'm waiting for 8 o'clock because at 8 the real estate office will open and we may have a chance of buying field 17, even if we end up overpaying for it. It's just the fact that we own it will increase that status. So let's turn our helper menu on. So we're up to 85,000. Like I said before, I probably did a little bit better job last time of not leaving any grass on the field. I got up to 100,000. I think it was like 101. Go check it out. Back up and compact this guy. So we're at 98. So we probably lost 3,000 in that ballpark from the difference in the courses. Now, of course, there's no trees on there this time, so last time we probably missed a tiny bit for that. So I can count on, like I said, 210,000 or so. So we are fully compacted. Let's get this guy fermenting. This guy, by the way, has just been plugging along there, no issues. Let's see, how much do we have in this one? Yeah, 101. So chances are the difference there is, you know, I lost. It's almost 102. So I lost 3,000 for, you know, not I didn't get all the way up near the mountain. You know, when I had done it before, I did a better job of getting every single bit of grass that there was. And since we have a little bit of time, I'm going to jump. Let's go see, since we're here. Just want to take a quick look, even though I can't put a bid in just yet. Oops. Come on. Oh, that's right. It won't even show you that. So I have to hit right shift and slash or question mark. So 580,000. That's right. I remember that now from yesterday. So, like I said, it's a lot of money, but you know, if I'm making, let's see, how much is this field? Oh, no, I'm sorry. See, I don't really know. Let's take a look here. Oops. Let's go backwards. Oh, shift question mark. Yeah. Let's go to here. So yeah, my fields haven't grown yet. Both grass fields cut. See, I left a little. You can see the green around there. I did a little better job on the. See, I did a better job on this farm too. That's probably right where that electrical pole is. But if I compare the size of this, I would say that, you know, these fields are bigger than 12, but not as big. You know, this one's almost as big as 11 and 12 together. So if we come back to shifts, so that's 2.7, 1 point, not really 2.8, 1.8. What's that? 3.6, 4.6. So we should get 3 times as much silage. So we'll get 300,000, you know, rough numbers, each day for this of silage, which means that we'll get 150,000. So within 4 or 5 days, this should definitely pay for itself. Combine that with these other fields, which we know we're getting 210. So, you know, that would be around 500,000 liters of grass or silage. So we'll probably get 250,000 a day, you know, from this setup, which to me is very reasonable. You know, I keep thinking I can get out that way. So this guy's plugging away. And if we look at our garage, the Hurleyman, the AgroStar is costing us $460. This guy's not costing us overly much, but I don't know. I don't know that we really need these 2 tractors, though I don't want to get rid of them quite yet. But I think I'll get rid of this Hurleyman. He's only 90 horsepower. You know, these 2 guys are going to do any job that he can. He doesn't have a front loader. So, yeah, let's go back and we'll take him down. How much? We don't have too much silage here. Yep, 16,000, a few more buckets. And we can record a new course. So I think I'll go sell this guy, and then I'll come back and show you how I record the second course for the, you know, unloading the silage. All right, I'll be back in a few. Well, guys, I have 25 minutes before the store's open. I figured I might come over here and clean the tractor up a tiny bit and take him for a ride around the farm and see if I can't find some of the hidden stuff. Like I said, if anything, I would hope to find some kind of harvester for stuff besides the wheat and regular old harvester for the grains. And one area of the map I haven't been to is down this way, so. But rather than drag you guys through what would probably be reasonably boring, you know, what I think I'll do is just, if I find something, I will start recording. But I'll start down in this corner of the map. I haven't even been down here, so we'll see. I'll let you know if I find something. We'll come back. All right, see you in a bit. Hope you guys do want to see where things are at, but if you don't, close your eyes for the next 10 minutes or so. See ya. All right, guys, I drove around the whole southeast portion of the map there, down around 14, 15, 16. I found a weight but I couldn't pick it up. I'm not quite sure why. Oh, I know why now. Alright, let's go back and get that weight. Sorry, I kept forgetting I have to get out of the tractor. So I'll show you what I mean if I... Oh, jeez. Come on. Let's get the line up here. Alright, so let's go. Let's go back here. Come on, get up. That's right, I completely forgot I have to get out of the tractor, so I'm going to back in. Let's hop out. You have found a new vehicle. Alright, pushed him around the corner. See, the problem is he's spun around. Let's see if I can't nudge him. Come on, nudge him around. No, that's doing the opposite of what I want. Get into that corner and back into him. There we go. Alright, so we have another weight. Not exactly the bonanza of finding stuff that I was looking for, but we have a weight. We have 3 weights now. Let's hit that fence. Yeah, I found 2 gold coins. And they didn't help with the status at all, so I'm not sure if... Let's go back to this guy, which is... He's just sort of camped out here, so we can come back to this. Alright, so we're going to put a bid in on field 17 and see what comes back, which means... I keep doing that. So if you look, coin deals, 0. So I'm assuming that a coin deal doesn't mean you found coins. So let's come off of here. We're going to come into the finances, and I'm honestly cringing a bit as I do this. But we're going to get our money above 580,000. And like I said, this will... I mean, I can't promise I won't borrow any more, but yeah, I think getting a good amount of silage every day is going to kind of outweigh. Right, close enough. So $1.5 million almost debt. You have to have a buyer rating of 40. Uh-oh. Well, what about for field 9? 40. Uh-oh. 13? Okay, well. Not exactly the field I wanted, but at least it's a little kind of far away from here if I do plant it in grass. Overcharge was sended. Overcharge was sent. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll see what comes back with that. Alright, and if you take a look here, we can see our fields still haven't grown. We've gotten the grass processed. The only other thing to check on would be this guy. And is he done? Just being a dummy and sitting there, or what? He's got nothing in his bucket. Which may be a sign that he's cleaned this out. I'm not sure why he didn't continue on. And oh, you know what? He probably never hit that last stop trigger. So I want to show you real quick this course, and then I think I'll call it an episode. But it says temporary course. I love not saving things. So this one works well. So I'm going to call this, I always do it left to right. So I'm going to call this silo for... Oops. BGM silo food. Save. Alright, so close that one out. And we're going to want to do something similar here. Now, the biggest thing I guess I want to point out is that I'm not going to change the position settings on this guy at all. Get him a few spaces away, and then start course recording. Again, this time I have my F1 helper up right away. So once I see that fill level, I'll put a stop or a waypoint there. Go across here, drive off the back side of this. See, I think what I did, the reason it hung up like that, see, last time I didn't hit that reverse, so try to be sure that you hit this, then you can hit the reverse, and I bet you this time he'll go to the end of that P, you know, when he gets done with silo. A little bit away. This is nice. We got a little bit of extra backing up room. See, there you go. I even like to see that last dot. You see that? And now let's reverse. Okay, we're going to try to come in here nice and straight. Got that stupid helper menu. That's pretty darn close. And again, it doesn't matter too much right there, but we're just going to back off a little bit. Put another stopper. Nice long back up here. Again, the big things after you make that turn, kind of take it to the max. And do a reverse course, which I think I might have messed up right there. We'll see what happens. And let's do a stop. Dive course. Yeah, I think I forgot to hit the reverse direction thing, so this one's going to work. It'll mostly work, but I think it'll do it. I think he's going to back up right when he gets done. We'll see. So that nice straight back up kind of guarantees he's going to hit that point. And then forward he goes, and like I said, up here, let's see what actually happens. Right. It'll dump from him. Unfortunately, we don't have to wait because there's nothing in the BGA. He's backing up. And see how he's not really following? He's just going to this. He didn't really reverse and follow the course, so we might get lucky. See, see, he's going nuts. And that's because I didn't hit that reverse course. So let's just try it again. You were close. Get back over here and I'll get this thing down. I know where the course starts. So let's get a little bit lined up this way. Clear it out and we'll try it again. Let's start course recording. And that's probably close. What did I do there? Close it again. I don't know what that thing was. Stop. Alright, let's back up. This guy used the yield thing before. Alright, try that again. Hit the right button this time. And that's probably it. Might even be too far in there, but we'll see. Yeah, so the worst thing about recording these, once you get the gist of it, is just trying to remember everything. Waypoint, reverse. This turn was plenty long, probably. Needed. Alright, stop. Go forward. Let's see if that's sure. It is nice once you line up once, you kind of follow your tires around here. Alright, follow your tracks. So we'll run right into it. Back up a tiny bit. Hit the P. Remember to hit the reverse this time, so that way he starts following the course straight backwards. And now go forward. Should be far enough back. Try to make that turn nicely so he lines a little bit up with this guy. He'll fudge it himself. Alright, so let's see what happens when we drive the course. Yeah, see, he doesn't get that bucket down extra soon. Might be okay. And this one I think will go okay. Dumped. See how he follows, because I hit the reverse this time properly. I'll start following that. And hopefully I went far enough back. I bet you I did. The lag spikes scare me when I'm... Yep, I think he's got it. Flying right ahead. Fine transition. Yeah, and other than putting that waypoint a little bit far in there, like I said, it's, you kind of want it, you know, as soon as you see that pop up in the helper menu. There you go. Well, I have some real life stuff to take care of, and I don't want to forget to save this. So once it works, we're going to call it EGM Silo 3. Save that. And we should be in good shape. Yeah, so let's see if we can, well, we can't buy the big field. I guess we might buy field 13, but I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to do that when push comes to shove. I may see about what I have to do to get this status up a bit. It looks like just putting time in might be one way to do that. I might be able to get into animals, because if I buy some sheep and chickens and cows, that'll give me some more points. I'm already up to 8, so I got another one for doing the time played. Getting 2 for licenses, so I could go cut some more trees, and that's something I can do in the next episode, even before the crops are in, is how are we doing with the power plant. If we come to shops, choose power plant. Yeah, so he used 200,000 liters overnight, so the price isn't super high, but and we'll see. Like I said, I need to get some stuff done. It's actually Mother's Day today. So I'm going to give my mother a call. It's still pretty early in the morning. And I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Take care.